When times like these come knocking at my door, I'm ready to receive what's on the other side with my mind in gear and my heart full of joy. When I'm ready to have a Coca-Cola, I'm ready to open happiness. Proudly sponsored by the family of fine beverages at GHC Reading Company.
Take my hand and come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. 4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Now you don't need the money when you look like that, do you, honey? Big black boots, she's so sweet with her get back stare. I know we ain't got much to say.
Auli le woni maminu te ai le tu lais fu male lua ile nei auli fa talo fa tu fa fonga ta po mai America sa boy mauta malawa ile nei foi vai nga le tato aso fua a tato fenga ye fe au manga luenga masani malo so fo manuia malo fo ile tawata fe au manga luenga ua fenga ye mal tato tu tonu ye ole fo ua mafai ona amatalia ia fa mga renga nei vai aso talu mai ia le malolonga fai ungal vai aso te nei ile nei taeao e fi fa felo ia tu tatu tulu le fa fonga ta po mai ia le fa renga stofi le tu e so fa dono America Samoa I lo o to faiva malo to mata fai oi o le talo ina o manu a wale fa fonga le tunu ia male so I fua fa le nganga o America Samoa. Le ngata voi leo le fatalo faptoa I dafto ta otol whainga malo tuile mamanu ai le fio lau fio ngat kovan sili lu tena kovana malau lua kapineta le fio le fono whaitu la fono I ona maota maoti e lua lau fio ngat presidente o senate sui presidente a maiso tamasen toa o I tu malo fa le nganu I tutono a America Samoa fie fa felo e atfo I neva engo le uli I le whenga iai o le maoto sui I tau manga fo I nei paia inga I nei aso I le fio lau fio ngal fonga talai o moto sui fonga talai ai le ngata I lea o le loa loa malu o fai pule na palo taina mai tu ma lo fa palo tata I tasi tono le tunu ia e fa talo fa fo I lau fio ngal fam sin sili le ala ia loa Michael Cruise le fam sino lango fanga fiti su dia e mai se o le vaenga o fam sinonga ua mawhai ai o na atoa le tafa tolu whaatau ngai o le whainga malo tuila mamanua. Whaataro whaatfo I nei vaenga o le uli I lau fionga le malu o le whale whaivae Alex Gardinet o le o loo tu I le foe I le whaatau teinga o le tātou ofisa o tau Samoa o le tātou malo loto I whale na po le tātou malo whale nganu. Le sunga I le sui whailau tusi ai maise o le nofo o le nofo ko vana o fa lima fa penga mali mau tofi malo so fua na yo tama tina matua no fale o lo mafta mai I le tala ta ui I so o lava se episode po se segment po o ne mato fa no ngai le aso male aso malo uncles my aunties talofa ia fa talofa tu fo I le au tele o tato tunu ali mata mai tai tu pulanga talavo ia ai mai se lava ia tato fa na witi O le Paul Kalame o le wa sina mai. Ia ua unofo atu tu tonu o le ofisa o le Asdem American Samoa. Po le ofisa le nei o le vaenga whai o le temo kalasi. E le ngata o le United States. Ai whapena fo'i i Amerika Samoa nei. Le ua o stemi o no o le iai. Masalo o le temi mua nei o ulo o yese ofisa o le ofisa o le vaenga whai o le temo kalasi. I tu tonu Amerika Samoa. Ia ai vi ia le tua ua umia ma whaatulanga ina. Ia nei ofisa uma e au lava tama whanau. Ia au fo tam whanau. Ia e le on tangata ua mātutua tele lo lātou soifua. O le tupulanga lava le lalo vaoa le an tātou tu inatu ia o onga ia onga. Fo i mai ma le ata mai o maua le poto. Ia le fo i la ua lātou o mai e teita. Ia le nei fo i tu tino o le whaatemo kalasi. I tu tonu o whai ngā malo e le ngata ilu United States o Amerika. Ia e whapena fo i Amerika Samoa nei. Ia, it's an honor to be here with the new officers of the American Samoan Democratic Party in American Samoa, and I'm glad and it's an honor to be here with Patrick Tia Reed. It's not a new name to our community. He is the chairperson, and also Ayoletuna Sunia, vice chairperson for the American Samoan Democratic Party. And I would like to give the floor to both of them to introduce themselves, as well as, and then I start asking some questions about their establishment and their new office. They have a beautiful spot here on the Turtle and Sharks building, owned by a businessman, Papali Ilauri Alofa, and it's a privilege to be with these two. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Takaman. Thank you so much for having us here today. My name is Patrick Tia Reed. As you mentioned, I'm the chair of the American Samoa Democratic Party, and I'm actually serving my second term. So I was elected first in 2020 and elected again in 2024. And I'm happy to be joined here with our vice chair, who you'll hear from soon. And we're really happy to share more about our party. We just had an opening recently, and we're happy to open the doors to the public and for our community to learn more about what we do and how they can get involved with our party. So I'll turn the time over to our vice chair.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Tal, for being with us this morning. Talofa, my name is Ayoletuna Sunia. I was elected in 2024 as the vice chair for Le Suitaita Ifoyo Neofisa. And since then, we've been working hard to open up the first headquarters here in American Samoa. And now I guess with the community, with different projects. And we have a space to organize. I think that's the most important thing, is having a safe space, a space to organize and work in order to achieve some of the objectives that our party has for the community. Thank you.
So let's talk about the new establishment of the American Samoan Democratic Party. My first question is, what does the ASDEM stands for? Typically, what kind of issues are deemed to priority to this local party?
That's a great question. I think it's a very loaded question as well. There are a lot of issues, I think, over the years that the party has really championed, going back to the Great Depression in the 1930s and the need for kind of economic transformation of our country following the Great Depression. Was it Franklin D. Roosevelt championed what was the New Deal, and that's where we saw kind of the government, right? The federal government take a larger role in investments in communities, economic opportunities, and I think those events, as well as the events of the civil rights movement in the 60s, kind of all shape the different issues that I think the party champions today. Everything from investments in healthcare, education, The environment is another big issue that I feel the Democrats have been championing, and the importance of climate change, which I think are important here locally as well, and really just investing in the working class of America, I would say, is one of the key issues or priorities for the local and the National Democratic Party. However, I think now that we have a newly established office here in American Samoa, we have a unique opportunity to be able to engage our community members. Sometimes the issues at the federal level don't always match up with what's happening here locally and what's important to our community. And so we're going to use this as an opportunity to really engage our community members, whether they be folks that are interested in environment, our healthcare stakeholders, just the average American Samoans that we can reach, the youth. And we want to talk to them about what's important to them so that we can prioritize that as part of our party platform as we continue to engage the community, as we look to recruit candidates. And our main goal is to really support candidates that align with our values, that mean the most to our community, and to get them elected into office. So a lot of people don't really understand what is the purpose of a party. Our purpose, our really main goal is to recruit candidates that share the same values as us and to get them elected. So we know this is an election year. We have our elections every 2 and 4 years, and we hope to engage our community in a more meaningful way and really include our community in how we shape our party here locally. Sorry, that's a long answer.
Speaking of recruiting leadership or representatives, what are you referring to? Local or?
Yes, local. So we have race with the delegate to Congress. You know, they typically affiliate or identify as Democrat or Republican, and even governor's races, you know. That's something that we're looking to do. We haven't endorsed anyone yet, but it's something that that's our purpose. That's one of our main purposes, is to support candidates who share the same democratic values and issues that our party stands for. So we're very much in the building phase right now because this is the first time we've ever had an office here in American Samoa. We're super blessed that the National Committee has listened to the concerns of American Samoans and is finally acting on it by giving us the resources to be able to really get our community involved in what I think has largely been something that they look as an off-island thing. Now we have our office here. We're looking to hire staff here and to really develop more programs that we can get out there in the community. And some of which I think Tuna, our vice chair, can talk about some of the initiatives that we've already launched and that we're hoping to launch in the near future.
Stick with the first questions, Vice Chairperson. Let's discuss that in Samoan for the benefit of our non-English speakers.
Whawhai lava tau mo le awa noa so on mato fisa e tele ia au nanga ese mato fisa but I think one of the main goals po fea lava o le political spectrum e tātia ile lo talitonunga our main goal o le ngalulu e whātasi e tele o issues I totono tato community e a maka lava I le healthcare o education ma le mataupu lea watu lai mai nei o le environment o deep sea mining se mataupu na very controversial I le teimi nei so I guess on mato fisa you know e manao maua e au ia information feedback from the community just to come up with I guess different ideas on how to solve solutions. How do we solve solutions in the community together? So I guess
So what, second question is, what local issues that is important to the party at this point?
For me, I would say, and this is something we're going to be getting more data on as we continue to engage with community members, I would say healthcare is definitely at the top of the list, right? The quality of healthcare, the access to healthcare that our community receives, We know what's happening at the federal level with Medicaid, just getting slashed for millions of Americans. And Medicaid is a huge program for us here in American Samoa. We don't have the adequate health care and the professionals that a lot of our community members face as folks that deal with a lot of non-communicable diseases and so many other challenges. So healthcare is definitely one of those top issues, education as well. These are some of the feedback that we're getting with some of the folks, the community leaders that we've talked to. Economy, the living wages, whether our folks have the means to be able to survive and pay all of the expenses that they have every day. And environment, I would say, are just some of the key priorities that we're looking at. But it definitely doesn't include all of the different issues that our party hopes to champion and prioritize as part of our platform. It's something that we're going to be continuing to do. That's part of our work as strategic planning over the next 4 years. And we're going to get more data and feedback from our community members to help guide our efforts. So I don't want to talk too early and say these are our priorities. We want this to come from the community, not us telling them what the priority is, but us getting feedback from what's most important, right? What's most important to everyone every day when they wake up, as they look for jobs, as they try to take care of their family members, and how can we as a party help them, really.
Yeah. And just to go off of what Chair is sharing, so I guess in a lot of our meetings I bring up collective will and collective effort. So those two things I think are key to our party, is really kind of developing what is the collective will of the community. Where do we stand as a community on healthcare? Where do we stand on education? Where do we stand on how we're doing in the economy? Are you satisfied with how much you're being paid, and so on and so forth? And just really gathering that, those things, that information, and then collective effort. How does that translate to how are we going to collectively work to achieve certain outcomes that we want in different areas in our society?
So my next question is: any local events to spread community awareness about this party's efforts? Do you have anything in plan?
Yeah. Well, so we'll be getting some funds soon to help us with our strategic planning. That's where we're gonna have. We plan to reach out to different stakeholders on the different issues each month. Hopefully, that's the hope, so that we can have more meaningful conversations, kind of like focus groups or talanoa sessions, to really talk about what's at the top of their minds. What are some of the challenges that they're facing? What are the barriers? And then like Tuna mentioned, what are some solutions? And all of this information that we're gathering is going to be part of our strategic plan, our 4-year strategic plan. And from there, we hope to connect that with certain candidates, or even advocate for candidates to take that on as their platform when it comes to election season. So that the goal is hopefully we find candidates who will prioritize these issues as well, and take that with them if they end up winning office. So this is a way for I think for our community to be really be involved in not just the issues but the solutions, right? So that's just, I would say, one little piece of the larger puzzle here. There's a lot of different initiatives also that we've already launched as well that Tuna can speak on, that we hope to engage our youth, internship programs, and also our monthly service projects. Tuna, did you want to touch on that a little bit?
Thanks, Chair. So Chair Reed mentioned that we have 2 main initiatives that we have right now. So elua ia au nanga whapitoa mato ofisa o le tautua ma lea lofa. Ia o le au nanga la lea they're community service projects. Whether I think in October, right? Last October was the first time we launched the Tautua Malea Lofa program. And I believe we went and we donated just basic necessities. I matanga luenga ise o tatou malo, per whale mai, mato wo fo'i, I think in January, DPS, our first responders. So just giving a little thank you to these different factions in our government for all their hard work that they continue to do. And then we have our other initiative, or our other program. It's our internship program. So, ole polokalama la lea whapito mo tupulanga, specifically ngai tamaitia wa lata ane la tau soifua, tausanga soifua I the voting age. So just really targeting that population of students in order to just give them a bit more information. How do you exercise your right to vote? And then I guess another goal or a sub-goal with this program is just to make sure that they make informed decisions, right? And how to go about collecting credible information. So yeah, those are two programs that we have right now. I guess ole sila polokalama that we plan on launching I se te mi lata mai ole talanoa. Pe fo'ila o tato polokalama le nea. So we plan on having monthly conversations with different members of the community.
Maro, ole sifsil tāua le taututuli atu, ole ale e whawhea ona o mai tangata e whia awai tonu o le Democratic Party I Amerika Samoa, a fo'i ia criteria e tau te silisila ia e piki mai ei tangata e tauananga wai tonu o le AS Dem in American Samoa. The next question is, what is the, how do you select people to be part of this initiative?
And that's a question we've been getting a lot since we opened our doors. You can check out our website, and we have a link to be able to register to become a member. And also take action. You can take action even if you want to volunteer. If you're young and you still want to be part of the party and volunteer in some of our initiatives that we have every month, there's an opportunity to do that. You can just go on to asdems.com and you can sign up to register or even to just get involved in any of our activities. So I know there's a lot of youth that are always looking for hours, just experience. So in addition to our internship program, we have opportunities to volunteer. We've actually had volunteers that have been helping us, young volunteers that have been also helping us with a lot of our monthly projects to get their hours in and to really just be involved in some community service work. So asdems.com, or you can call our headquarters at 699-8833 and we can help you.
Okay. So the other part of that question is that the non-U.S. citizen and non-citizen or U.S. national.
Yeah.
Can those people involve? Because I know
US
some
nationals.
of them, they don't vote, but they support Republican or Democratic Party.
Yeah. So
Can those people involve?
So yeah, to get involved, anyone can get involved. But to participate in things like voting, of course, that's limited to U.S. nationals and U.S. citizens. That's the same everywhere, right? Only U.S. nationals and U.S. citizens can actually vote. Like we have our primaries every 4 years, our caucuses. Those are only limited to U.S. nationals and U.S. citizens. But if you want to get involved, there is no citizenship requirement. We do want to, allow this opportunity to all of our community members, regardless of their citizenship status. So, just reach out to us if you want an experience in a political party, and we'll see what we can do as we continue to develop our programs.
Tuna, any additional thoughts on this?
No, thank you, Chair. So yeah, if you want to register, Mato website ole Asdems, asdems.com. Yeah, asiasiangele Mato website, kilikile ele link pole tab foi, mpenga le scalailo ingo lo swafa, yeah. Sorry.
You can also donate.
Oh, and donate. And I guess, sorry, in addition to that, on mato ofisa foi, mfaina sumai, ele scala foi lo swafa, ole ofisa matala ile afal valutayao. Yeah, it's a pungi mato ile afal fa. Or is that 8:30? and just will help you with ways that you can participate in some of our programs. So, yeah.
Yeah.
How can you support your office financially? I know there are some assistance from
Yeah.
the National Democratic Party
Yes.
in the U.S.
Yes, this is true.
But for the local office,
Yeah, so we do receive some resources from the national level to help us. That's why we've been able to kind of open up this office. But we're also going to do our own fundraising as well. We've already actually started doing our own fundraising to help sustain and grow our program. So for those who are interested, we've had a lot of donors in the past since we've opened. We really thank everybody, all the small business and community members that have donated to our effort. And if you are interested in making donations, you can also do that on the website on asdems.com. The first thing you'll see is if you want to donate, and if you'd like to help support our cause and help fund our initiatives, you can do that easily as well, just using your credit card, or drop off a check if you'd like to as well.
what does the American Samoa Democratic Party leadership think about local issues that need to be raised at the federal level?
That's a great question. I think there's kind of a lot of issues. One of them being, I think Tuna hinted to that deep sea mining has been an issue that is, I really think has been a controversial issue that really impacts literally our backyards. We've seen the backlash to that, right? When the announcement was made, the executive order was made, and tens of thousands of people responded in opposition to that. And even with all of that backlash from our community members, it seems like the federal government is still moving forward. And I think right there is an opportunity for our delegate to Congress. That's their job, right? As delegates to Congress, and as our local leaders as well, to really fight back against that. Because that's how the community feels. They're there to represent the interests and the thoughts of our community members. So I would say that's one issue. There's a lot of other issues with regards to slashes, federal funding slashes, that I know have concerned our community members as well as government workers, and how that's going to affect their work and the services they provide to our community members. So those are just a few that are at the top of the mind to me. The federal funding slashes, people that have been fired as well. That's another issue that happened early along in this administration. I've actually talked
People getting fired from the federal level
From
and
the federal.
local, you mean?
federal level. I'm talking about federal level, but I know there's there's also that issue at the local level with people being fired. But to talk about the federal, there were actually federal employees that were fired during the Doge firings. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of that, but even our community members were affected by that. And these are people that have worked for a long time to try to get into the federal government, and because of Doge during the Trump administration, they lost their jobs, and now they've had to find other jobs here locally. And I to talk about the local firings, I do think that's also another issue that has raised some concern in the community members regarding the stability of our government, and who's going to fill these positions, who is going to be carrying out these key roles that really help to make our government work effectively and efficiently. So I would say, yeah, firing both at the federal level and even at the local level are some issues that at least the people we've talked to and the response we've seen from the community are issues of concern. Vice Chair?
Current situation in American Samoa, we have Amata as a Republican congresswoman. We have Governor Pula and Pulu, Republican governor and Republican lieutenant governor. What is your stance as a German of the local American Samoa Democratic Party?
My stance is I'm definitely a Democrat, obviously.
Yeah.
We look to support folks that are representative of our values as a Democratic
So
Party.
the real question is the local Democratic Party plan to recruit any representative for the U.S. Congress this year and the governor.
Our goal and our
In
mission,
2028.
as a party is to support candidates that definitely align with the Democratic Party. You know, I don't know whether we're going to have Democratic candidates for the governor's race. We don't know who's all running yet, but we do plan to support candidates that are seeking our endorsement and that we can align with for these upcoming elections. That's definitely a key goal and a mission of our parties, is to support Democrats and get them into office. So yes, a short answer for your question is yes. Who, we don't know yet, but that is our goal.
Okay.
And just to add to what Chairman had mentioned, and to answer your question, the voting here, as many know, we do it's nonpartisan. So you don't really identify prior to voting what party, where your political affiliation lies. So
True.
when the current admin, as well as our congresswoman, when they ran for office, they did not identify as Republicans, or that's what to the community, they were just running as governor, lieutenant governor, and congresswoman. In the back of our minds, it wasn't, okay, they're running as Democrat or Republican. No, we were just thinking that these are people who are running to represent our communities. So I guess that's part of my answer to your question. But moving forward, as Democrats, we are, as a political office, one of our main goals is to support and endorse Democratic candidates.
Yeah, and since we're on the topic of that, I don't think a lot of people know, just in terms of our political history, a majority of our leaders, governors, have been Democratic governors, from Api Lutali to Tongiola, even in Congress, Falimavaenga, of course, Fofo, Sunia, a lot of our past political leaders have been Democratic leaders, and I think that's saying something about where they felt that our community's best interests, values, and issues lie, is with the Democratic Party. So we hope to find more champions as well. We think of champions like Senator Tufuli. He was a former party chairman, and he was also a huge champion for our party. And so we'd like to invite members of our Senate and our House of Representatives who are Democratic or Democratic leaning and would like to support our party, and we'd love to engage and discuss more with you.
Let's talk about deep seabed mining. What is the take of your party on that issue?
We're totally in opposition to that.
Okay.
Yeah, we see no economic benefit. All we see is what the research currently is showing is that it poses significant environmental harms. Our economy, everybody knows our economy is dependent on the fisheries and our oceans, our natural resources, and that's not something that we're in support of. It's also not something that a lot of our community members are in support of, and I think it's best for us to err on the side of caution rather than move forward with these economic plans that have significant detrimental impacts to our environment. That's my short answer to that. Vice Chair.
We're in opposition to deep seabed mining, and I know that topic is very controversial amongst the fisheries community, and I guess Chair Reed mentioned the current research shows that there's a negative impact to our natural resources. And that's also controversial as well. They mentioned economic gain, but it's also so that's where the data is important. So to what extent are we going to benefit as an economy? And then to what extent are our natural resources going to be protected if that goes through? But I think, to me personally, there are members in our community who are strongly against it. So the numbers is one thing, the science is another thing, but it's also okay, but the people, there's a group of people who don't want it. And a lot of it has to ties into our identity as, Samoans. These are our oceans, these are our waters, and those are things we consider sacred to us. So while the science and the economics is there, there's also what is sacred to our community, and that's our natural resources. Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier there will be a wave this week. Are you part of that wave?
We've been supportive of the Pui Messina and the work that they're doing in terms of protecting our natural resources. I caught word of it. We're not organizing that, but we've been supportive in the past of Pui Messina and the work that they're doing and with the community. But yeah, that's what I hear. It's happening this Friday.
Okay, I think we come to the end of our discussion today, and I would like to give the floor to both of you too. If you have any additional comments before we close our discussion this afternoon, Tuna and
No,
any
we'd
new
just like to
announcement?
say thank you for the opportunity, and please stay tuned for more initiatives and projects coming from our office. Again, if you'd like to get involved and get involved with our party as a volunteer, if you're interested in a potential internship, please visit our website at asdems.com or give us a ring at 699-8833, and we'd love to talk more. And please stay tuned for we'll be inviting more members of our community to have more in-depth conversations about all the different issues that we talked about today. And thank you so much for the
Do you
invitation.
want to tell the community the office location and?
Yeah, so we're located right before TSM, facing the three-story Lauli building. We're above Turtle and Shark on the opposite end, the staircase on the opposite end closest to Panamex. So we're still hiring staff as well. So please give us a ring or visit our website.
For your final words, Tuna?
No, thank you, Tao, for being with us today. I guess this is our first Talanoa, and we look forward to working together with the community moving forward. And yeah, just appreciate your time.
For your final words, German?
Nope, that's all. I think we covered most of the important stuff, and please stay tuned for more to come from our party in the coming months.
Yeah, nau whafonga e tātou tunu le talanoanga nā ma le vaenga le nei a le American Samoa Democratic Party I Amerika Samoa nei lea o whatuwina mō le urua I taimi. Lo lātou ofisa I nei I le building lea a le fionga I a pali lauri e lofa whaasanga nga I le AOB. Le building la na so mal TSM o lalo lo iai le Turtle and Sharks le whaatau ar ko whentai au a o lunga lai le second floor o I nā leo lo iai le ofisa o le vaenga whaupwhai o le temokalasi a Amerika ma Amerika Samoa I tu tonu o si o tātou o tunu nei. Ia, o le tartanuanga nā whaapteitele I lau fionga I le teiteifono o le Asdems, American Samoa, Patrick Tia Reed, ia mai se foi le Vice Chairwoman, ai o le tuna sunia, ia mo le nei avanoa mātanga o fie, wa o ngā fo nei po kalama wa amatai le lua po kalama leo ni talanoa, ia wa e o leo wa ia tau pepa whaalau I loa, ia te tonu le tunu, ia o le am whaifo I o na maua tu lava update I runga tala tau I mai fuafuanga o ma a le Asdems American Samoa I lea taimi ma lea taimi pe ata la whenga iai. O lo iai foi fuafuanga e whaia nisi o whaatulangana mo le ofisa o le Asdems American Samoa ia ma lea whapena foi o na long pui pui li lo o tau pa ia ma lo o tau malu pe ao o le taimi e tala whenga iai. Ia America Samoa ma whaftaitele le mai mo mai o le atoanga na o nei whaatatau noanga o lau tau o ona nei tau pa u tau I le ave tolu ono tala tala tau I tō whaasui fua.